Hi, this is Pastor Beth with the Give Me Five today. So, most of you know the song from Frank Sinatra that sings that I do it my way. And I've never been much of a fan of Frank Sinatra, but those words, I think everybody could at least hum one or two lines of them. And I've noticed today, these days that we're living in, I feel like people have gotten very bossy, and everybody wants to tell you what to do, and everybody wants to do things kind of their own way. And I've never been known I have been known actually at particular times to be independent, want to do things my own way. And there's probably a few adults and teachers and aunts and uncles out there who could vouch for that. And my kindergarten teacher is actually my Facebook friend, and so Mrs. Keebler, if you're watching, don't tell anybody those stories. However, that's not what the Bible teaches us. And there's a story from the book of Matthew, and we've just gone through Easter, but these, I think, we shouldn't just pay attention to these stories when Easter is going on. That there's this part of the whole Passion Week when Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane. And, you know, the disciples are going back and forth, and they're falling asleep and waking up and feeling guilty, and Jesus is going back and forth with them. And then he is at his own time talking with the Lord, talking with his Father God. And he says in chapter 26 of the book of Matthew, verse 39, he says, "Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, 'My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will.'" Much earlier in the Bible, there's another story in a garden where two people decide that it's their will, not God's will. And Adam and Eve made that decision at that momentous moment in time, and we all know what happened from that. We all know how well that went, not so well. Not for them and not for humanity afterwards. And so I think it is human to probably not enjoy being told what to do and to enjoy doing what you want to do and your ideas and singing that "I'll do it my way" song. And yet we know from the example of Jesus Christ right there in the garden that he knew what was coming. And thank goodness we don't know what's coming. We like to sing, I love that song, "I don't know who holds tomorrow, I don't know about tomorrow, but I know who holds my hand." And Jesus said to his Father, not my will, but your will. And so that's what I want to just leave with you today, that reminder of those two gardens. When Adam and Eve said, "Not your will, God, we know better, it's going to be our will." And they made those decisions and things didn't go so well. And Jesus gave us that example. And that's the example for us to follow, that in these moments, no matter what it is that is in front of us, to listen to God's voice for what he wants us to do, and also to be saying yes to him in those moments where he asks us some hard things. Jesus knew as that human what was about to happen, and he asked God, "If you can take it away from me." So he understands, remember that Jesus understands your weakness. He understands when you're afraid. He understands when you are overwhelmed. If no other reason, that's a fantastic reason to reread the book of Matthew. But I want to encourage you today to tell the Lord that you're going to do it his way, and to trust and obey, and to remember those words of Jesus and to follow that. So that's your encouragement for today. Go back and read Matthew 26 and just leave yourself open to whatever the Lord wants you to do, because it will always be better done his way. That's Give Me Five.